Hi there, Sandra here from createinspain and Siser, Juliet, Beginners to Pro. I'm not going to go through laying out all of my circuit for this particular LED card because, well, I've shown you how to do it already. I've already made the switch for this one. It's going to be a completely switched card, so you can switch it on or you can switch it off. And this is made with the pieces like I did before, with some foam in between two pieces of card, and the copper tape is put around the base piece. Now it's only put to the middle of the base piece for obvious reasons, because you don't want it switched on all the time. So that is pretty simple, and the idea of this is that it is going to be at least as thick as your battery. Now I was trying to do this yesterday with a smaller, fatter battery, this one, and to be honest, it doesn't work very well. I was trying to use this, my husband had a load of spare ones and he gave them to me. No, not really a great idea. So the battery that I'm using is a CR2016, and this should be a perfectly good battery. I've just received it from Amazon, and what I've done is I've put some rows of copper tape on top of some double-sided tape to start with. Put some rows of tape, the copper tape, on the inside of it, leaving a little border because I need that border to enable me to stick my battery in place. And the last piece of tape is going to be from the top of the battery to the left side of the switch area. Now you want to make sure it doesn't connect with the negative, obviously, but just let it relax down there. You don't want it too tight, because if it is, you'll end up tearing it. And then take it over here and trim it just before the halfway mark. I'll give you the pattern layout as it is in a file. The important thing is to do your tape and to make sure there is a small enough gap that you can bridge it with your lamps. So don't make the gap between the two lines too much. I've got a piece of foam in one piece. Now excuse the shape of this. I cut it with the machine partly and then I trimmed it down because I'd forgotten I wanted to do an interior offset on it. That's what happened there. So I've put some double-sided tape on there, and this is going to go in place. It's going to hold my battery in place, and it's also going to give a nice little home for my switch to go in. So the important thing with the foam is that it secures your layers quite tightly around the battery and around the switch. So you see, that gives you a really nice neat way of securing things. And then that will be the on position, and if rotated, it goes off. On, off. So that, I think, is probably the easiest secure switch that I've come up with so far. That allows you to just switch on the lamps and switch them off whenever you want to switch them off, rather than just have a press thing that you have to hold. And using the right size battery makes a big difference. Put on a piece of double-sided tape over the top of my battery. And you might be thinking, well, what do you want to do that for? You want to secure it to the top piece of card, because that will help. Now in my case, I built this up with 2 layers of foam because I was using a thicker battery. So at the moment, this side here is thicker than it should be. Prise that apart and peel a layer off. So I've put my double-sided tape in place. It's still got the backing on, obviously, but that's going to keep the front really secure. I've got tape over where the battery is. It can't detach from the back, and it won't be able to detach from the front. I've got pieces around here to make sure that is gripped nicely when the front panel is on. So yeah, I'm ready to do the design for the front panel, and then I can assemble it. What I wanted to mention here is my little jar. Now this is a jam jar which I've cleaned up, and I use it to put in all various bits and pieces that I've cut and I haven't used. And the reason I put them in a jar is because they're easily seen then. I tend to remember that I've got them. A layer of hot glue underneath. So I turn it upside down and put a good wodge hot glue underneath there. And this is the card front I've got. Hope your birthday gives you a buzz. So if you put your bead directly over the light, this is what happens. You end up with just this bright spot behind it which doesn't look quite right. But if I've got it with the glue underneath, which of course is transparent to a certain extent, and I place that over there, you get a general looking sort of brightness to it rather than just this bright spot. So that is exactly what I wanted on the holder. And then look, my bumblebee on the top. There we go, I've got my lights on. And turn it the other way and it goes off. As I said, I will put a link to my other video that explains the basic process and the stuff used down below. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.